problem with modern day music is that everything that's alluded to is always sex.
Hold on. That's all music. That's like 40 years. What's Beat It about? Like, you know what I mean? What's Billie Jean about? Wait, do you know? You might want to start the episode because I have a big bang newsflash for everybody.
Oh, yeah? You want to hit it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, go ahead. I already started it.
When did you start it?
Before we talked about music.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, folks, I'm Nick.
And I'm Dan.
Together we form this unlikely duo that you won't find anywhere else. We call ourselves...
The Unpanderers.
You do it. That's us, folks.
Yep, that's us.
Snakes. Couple of snakes in the grass. Hide your children.
We've been around, but we're fresh.
Speaking of children, anyone under 18 is not advised to listen to our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention all the things we say and do here. They're not our opinions. Not the opinions of our employers. And they're definitely not the opinions of anyone we date. If they found out, they'd kill us.
Yeah. Familial relatives, definitely not their opinions.
Job people? Nope.
Random acquaintances and coworkers? No. We don't mean to represent them.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Nope,
us.
not at all.
This is just
See this? Folks, this is my pen. I'm taking a note as we broadcast because this one's a good one.
Lighthearted podcast.
It is. That's what we do here. We just kind of, we don't pander. Really, when you think about it.
No, we don't. Huh. That's pretty good. So what do you say we do here? It's just lighthearted talk that we go back and forth.
I think we repeated that sentence a couple times.
Different topics. Kind of share opinions and go off on tangents.
We keep our opinions to ourselves. We don't like to share here.
Yeah, other people's opinions, though. We voice them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But
we'll talk about
it.
As if they're
which opinions they're from. Whose opinions they are.
Everything we say is from another source.
Mm-hmm.
Except our opinions.
Exactly.
Those are actually opinions of someone else. We consider them fact.
Definitely.
Try and sue us.
Don't say that. Get some stupid lawsuit and then we'll be done.
I'm kidding because
sue Nick. Nick deserves a lawsuit.
Everything we say is actually not our opinions except the facts. Most of the facts are our opinions. Would you agree?
I'll accept facts as opinions, yes.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I was... There we go. All right, well, let's... Oh, here we go.
Oh, wait.
Little known fact.
Little known fact. Okay, is this leading into something?
No, it's about songs that we were discussing earlier.
Oh, okay.
If you listen, most of Michael Jackson's songs are very sexual. Pretty obvious, right? Mm-hmm. Listen to the song Billie Jean. It's a beat off tempo. It really is. Try it. Everyone, go ahead.
Beat off tempo.
No,
what's not a beat off tempo?
Like Bruce Springsteen, "Born in the USA." Born in the USA. Like that.
That just means you got a longer schlong than most people. And you go, born. And
yeah, but those people are from New Jersey. Hold my nose, folks. Tell me hold my nose. I don't see it.
If you're draped in an American flag, I think it'd be appropriate.
I guess. And you weren't from New Jersey. That would really help. When our one other follower.
I think music that would accompany like a Rube Goldberg machine, I think that would be inappropriate beat-off music. Because
it's setting off other traps and things and ding, ding.
Yeah. Constant, all these little damn little things like ding, ding, dong, ding, dong. It's not kind of Asian.
I actually just heard a song that I think is pretty timeless because I just heard it in what's the show with Olivia Pope, and she's like dating the president, or he's not the president.
You're talking about Scandal.
Thank you. Yes. Good call. That was a good catch. I really gave you nothing to go on.
Yep.
You got it.
I felt your
complete
eminence.
Me. Yeah. You complete. I was literally taking a poop downstairs, and I heard upstairs the TV was still playing the show. We don't even watch in this house. I think it just came on after Grey's Anatomy, of course.
Mm-hmm. Right. That show's still going strong.
And it was right. I have no clue how. There's like fires going on. There's people dying everywhere. I don't know. It's like the same show, just rehashed or something. I don't know.
I married the corpse, and then he reanimated, and then I divorced him and had sex with his ex-wife.
Well, and then, can you believe it? There was an emergency near the hospital where many people got injured, and this crazy stuff started happening. And it's like, yep.
Luckily,
but anyway,
they pulled off a magnificent surgery to save their lives.
Thank goodness.
Or not.
House was the only good medical show. And Scrubs.
I never actually... Scrubs was pretty good. House I didn't really watch all that much.
It was good. I mean, it's like... House is medical law and order. Like, no one seeks it out, but if it's on TV and it's, like, coming on, you're like, let me see what this one's about. And you're like, oh, she had a brain aneurysm? This is a little weird. Because she's allergic to mold? Because she was kissing a mold man? You're like, this is nuts. Who would have thought a mold man kisser gave her that seizure? You know?
You're talking like a mummy.
Yeah,
she's an archaeologist. The mummy was still
she's
mold.
Been kissing the mummies. The episode 401, Mummy Kisser.
It's like those people who eat toilet paper.
I still didn't get to
what they're... Okay, sorry, get going.
Pika. Yes. Well, what I was getting at was, in an episode of Scandal, while I was pooping, I did hear 9 Inch Nails' A Warm Place. You know that song?
No.
Instrumental. It's like really moving, emotional piece, but it had to be like late 90s. And they're still using it in shows today, but it's a good piece. Thanks, Trent. Trent Reznor?
Yeah.
There's more. He's a good friend of the podcast, honestly.
I hope he's still alive.
I think he is. I think they just came out with something like a year or two ago. So.
I'm always amazed when a 90s or 80s pop star or musician is still alive.
Or dead?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's still alive. Yeah.
Someone said Sammy Hagar is still alive, and he looks like even though he's like 70 or 80, he looks like he's like 40.
One of the big followers of the show, we'll call him the Hooge. He loves Axel. We all know what Axel looks like. It sounds like the same thing, a dead pig. Oh, and I'm talking about when he was alive. Now it's like an animated corpse. Can you believe this guy wanted me to go to a show with him?
Oh, man. That would have been
to
interesting.
See Axel. I did 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Went to AC. And what was the running joke? I feel like it was I don't remember, but it was actually a good time. The concert wasn't that good. I probably told him it was good, so if he's listening today, it wasn't that good. But I had a really good time, and I think it was me, you, and Dave. Yeah, I think it was. Anyway, that concludes our Hooge part of the podcast. We got that one out early.
Slide that out real quick. Get that out of here. You don't want that one.
Oh, that's a dirty, dirty, dirty piece of work there. Oh, and I actually feel really bad. I just, 15 minutes ago, sent him a picture of his girlfriend that I got from Facebook, but I photoshopped snake eyes and a snake tongue onto her. And I don't usually do that because I feel like, because I don't know her. Like, if I knew her better, it would be cool to Photoshop her. But I feel like it's kind of rude. I've, like, hung out with her a few times and met her, like, 4 times. You know what I mean? Like, where's the boundary on where you Photoshop someone's face to look like a snake? But it all stemmed from a fake conversation he had with her. Like, I made a little sentence, and I ended the one sentence with too many S's. So in my brain, I thought, it sounds like she's a snake. And I went, how funny would it be if I sent him a picture of his own girlfriend looking like a snake after all those S's? And I did it. It took like 10 minutes, and it was the best 10 minutes of my life. I was laughing, cracking up.
That's weird.
And then when I sent it, well, that's what I was going to say. You wouldn't ever do that?
No, I was thinking, I was watching Tame Impala. What's that, that song?
I love that. Which one? I want to change 1,000 things, but the limo, I don't know. The newer one or the older
newer one? The one with the girl in the gym, and she's watching.
Oh, I didn't see the video, so I don't know. Yeah, but I do know their newer stuff, and I like it. I'm a Tame Impala guy. Yeah. I'll look up the video after the fact.
Don't worry, just search the history in the Unpander's YouTube account.
I think I will.
Well, there's the guy that she's infatuated with. His name is Trevor, and you know Travis. You call him Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
So he puts on a jacket that has like this like pink and blue aura to it, and it has Trevor written on the back. And I haven't talked to Travis in like 10 years, so I was just
Did you Photoshop say Travis and then send it to him?
No, I was going to send him the picture without saying anything. Like he isn't
just the picture.
It'd be out of nowhere.
What? He won't find this podcast for like months if we become really big.
Mm-hmm.
Did he marry like an underage girl or something?
No.
I don't know. I'm not here to talk trash. I'm here to find out the truth about my friends who just I haven't talked to in 8 years.
I think he married a normal aged girl.
That's awesome that you have to say that. For clarification on the podcast, she was of age and normalish. She could be awesome. I'm not here to judge.
I never met her.
She's probably more awesome than him. He was awful. I hated Travis. How was he at ice hockey? I only played roller hockey with him.
He's pretty good. He's kind of like
he was pretty good at roller hockey.
He's kind of like a shitty Modano, which still makes him pretty good.
I don't even know what that means.
Mike Modano?
Like he wore number 9? No, I know who Mike Modano is, but I don't internalize.
His high school had the Dallas Stars jersey, and he kind of had the same skating style.
Okay, now I see the connection. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Power. He doesn't strike me as a power forward type. He's real shifty and elusive and lightweight, light on his toes. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's the way I saw him, but that was roller hockey. He could have played different.
Slightly above average in a lot of regards, yeah. I would say.
Yes. Okay, definitely. Yeah. But wait, and he looked careless. Mm-hmm. Like he doesn't look like he's
like
he's never. He's just totally just chilling, going really well.
Like leaning back a little bit.
Yeah. You know, almost nonchalant, but he's good.
Yeah.
Those guys.
I hate those guys.
F those guys. We don't pander to those folk. If you don't bring your hard-working lunch pail to the game, we don't want
it. If
you're not, that's right. You pull yourself up by them bootstraps.
Attach some wheels to the bottom of those boots, and you start rollerblading, baby.
Just go, man. And you better work at a steel mill or the industrial plant in the place where you were born. That's all I'm saying as a hockey player. Okay.
My pop-up said they used to take like Coke cans and like reform them in order to make blades, and then they'd strap them to their shoes to make ice skates.
That sounds
made up, but I believe him because he was not a very creative man.
Because he wasn't creative, not because I don't believe him. Like, that's almost an insult. He couldn't make something like that up.
Yeah, I don't think he could. Maybe he was too creative and too smart and too wily for me. Maybe that was it for my child self. Could be. So we have a segment here, a new segment.
Would you like to get into the new segment?
Sure.
I'll listen. Go ahead.
I'm going to call it clarifications or questions from the past.
Oh, shoot. Corrections in a newspaper type deal? You're saying what we may have said in the previous episode has been corrected by jack-offs in the comment section? Or we discovered it ourselves, probably first.
Oh, we definitely read it before we read it there.
Good. I would hate to just find out from some jerk-off sitting at home in his mama's basement. Yep. Right in the comments below, right here.
Okay.
Below. Right below me. You hear me? Below me. Anyway, go ahead.
So it was $300 to look at a dog's butthole, but in fact, you wouldn't do it for $300. I'll just remember it. Just to clarify, it was not actually $300.
What I would lick a dog's butthole for? Well, it was a joke. My real number is probably like $800.
Okay, which is in line.
I mean, that's like with rent. Yeah. Exactly. That's what it's in line with.
If you had another month to live. Let me see. Seinfeld. I said 91. You said 97. Started in 1989.
What the flying hell? Wait, that was a 5-episode pilot season. I know about this because we.
Oh, yeah?
And that doesn't count. It's like 5 episodes. And then I think it took a 2-year hiatus, so you were right. And we're not counting 89. Yeah. How did I know that?
I don't know, but you didn't know it when we asked before.
I think, this sounds weird, but I think we did a podcast, talked about it. I forgot about it. And I was arguing with my dad about Seinfeld at work one day, and I was like, let me wiki it. And I saw all the facts that we just stated right there.
Wow. Memories, how they come back to you. Isn't that strange?
Interesting.
Yeah. And if you remember way back, this goes back like 3 or 4 episodes. We were talking about Dr. Pepper. They had a special event where they put clues on the bottles, and then a whole bunch of people tried to solve them and then figure out a treasure map of where this like special thing was.
Okay. I don't remember even talking about this. Must have been late in the podcast during a heavy drink episode.
Yeah, probably. And I misquoted how much. I thought it was like $10,000, and there'd be like a guy standing there telling you, you've won.
Sure.
But what it actually was $1 million.
Holy smokes. Let's go back in time.
Yep. And there was like a coin or something, and it was buried in the oldest cemetery in the United States. So a historical graveyard, and people had to dig to find it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Good job.
I found it. That's your great-great-grandfather's bones. It's rather a stranger great-great-grandfather's bones. Interesting corrections. I'll have to start adding my own corrections.
Yeah.
I mean, usually I'm 100% right. I don't know that I've ever gotten anything wrong, to be honest with you. I mean, the Seinfeld thing shouldn't count, because I was close to right. But anyway.
Corrections to come next episode.
Agree to disagree.
Sure.
What I did want to bring was a smirk or a smile.
Oh, nice.
Today, I'm 32, folks. I'm breaking this down for everybody, letting everybody know I'm on the downside. This is I crested the mountain, ready to die. Another 6 years or so, I'll probably be dead.
Sadly.
I actually said a word in front of my father for the first time in my entire life.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of word did you say?
Watch it, dickhead! This is exactly what I said. Like that. I screamed it in his face, but not at him, at the person to my right. So I was driving my father, and usually he likes to drive, but I'm an adult now. I can drive my father. He's the worst passenger in the world. He usually complains you're going too slow or too fast, or you're getting too close to people, or let me drive. That's usually my father's MO.
Does he just sit back and tell you this, or is he constantly fidgeting, looking around, worried that
he's fidgeting? He's not a good passenger. He's driven everywhere his whole life. My mom doesn't drive anywhere, so it's like he's like the driver. Mm-hmm. In fact, for the company, he used to drive for the company, so he's always driving. So when I drive, whatever, I got my style. I've driven him for years now. He's okay with me. That's literally my biggest claim to fame. I can drive my father and he won't complain anymore. That's incredible. You guys, I might be the best driver on earth.
Circle of trust.
Not too slow. Anyway, today we're heading down a road and it's like 2 lanes and everyone knows, like, because it's a big light, you always get caught at 202. And at the light, everyone knows you're going to merge to 1 in a minute. No big deal. My dad's sitting there. And he has a thing about justice, my dad. I think that's where I get it. He road justice. He loves when he sees people who know that this lane stays straight and this one's left only, but you can sneak up here and then cut
bastards.
In. Right. Dad hates them with his guts.
He pretends
to the point where he'll pretend to get up as close as he can to the person in front of him. He's riding people. He's screaming, "Come on, we gotta cut this guy off!" Like he's got a system going, and he wants to just drive by him as slow as possible and go, gotcha. Well, today, the 2 lanes were going to merge. No big deal. Sometimes you race, sometimes you don't. I wasn't in a total rush. So I'm driving, and the lady behind me, I see her. She's speeding up. I'm saying to myself, I don't give a damn. She passed me. Who cares? We're going to merge in like 5 seconds. So the pickup truck behind her tries to merge. And I said, at this point, something clicked, and I was like, listen, 1's okay. You're going to try this? No. And I just sped up. And now we literally were both, neither gave up. So we were neck and neck, 2 people in 1 lane. And he's revving and I'm revving. And we're this far from the car in front of us. And we're both riding. And he's looking over at me and I'm looking over at him. I'm ready to die today. Like, he doesn't get it. Like, I'm not playing games. I don't even want to win. I would die. I would shred my car to pieces just to ruin his day. So I look over with this maniacal look, and he says something, asshole. And he screams it because the windows are open today.
Oh, yeah.
Nice day. Beautiful day. And I forgot my dad sitting right here to my right. So I ran over and just went, yeah, you fucking dickhead, or something dickhead. I don't even know. It just came out of my mouth. And then he gave up, and I won. And I was like,
so did he drive straight and miss his turn?
No. It was a merge to 1 lane.
Oh, so it's a double merge ahead of you. Instead of a 1-to-1.
So he ended up behind me, and I could see him just doing this, giving me this, and saying words. So, of course, there's the famous thumbs up out the window. I love the thumbs up out the window. It beats the finger. Trust me. Do the thumbs up out the window.
Good job, buddy.
Double thumbs up is if you double thumbs up someone that you either just cut off or you just beat them and they're an a-hole, they hate it worse than the finger because it's a double. Like, you have to let go of the steering wheel. You got to just be like this. Double!
You're a better driver without even holding the steering wheel.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'm happy.
I literally, like, as soon as he ended, I realized I just screamed dickhead in my dad's face. I've never said the word dickhead to him. So I said, I'm sorry I said that. And he kind of went, okay. And he really didn't care. It was like, I figured you said it, so I know you. But, like, it was just weird because I've never physically said it. So I'm an adult now. Once you say dickhead in front of your parents, like, you go, man. That was my smirk.
Yeah, I like how you held true to like a childhood thing that you probably would have shed for everybody else when you're like in your 20s.
Right, but it wasn't on purpose. It's just, when does that come up? And it comes up when someone tries to pass you and calls you an asshole. So, and you win. I hope he's watching the podcast. Hey, buddy, real quick, V6 engine. You know what I'm saying, buddy? Did you hear it?
Versus a dump truck. What was it?
Yeah. He was driving a Lamborghini. I don't know. I was going to whoop him.
Sure. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think we can move on to the next segment. That was pretty good.
It's fine. I just...
Ooh, react to this is the next one. It's a scenario or a situation. And I have one for you, actually.
Go ahead, because I don't have one.
Let me set this up. So, the International Space Station, it's partially owned by Americans and Russians, and then it's international, so you cycle through different types of astronauts. Yeah, you're sleeping. Don't worry. This is getting better.
I'm not sleeping. I was trying to go cross-eyed.
Yeah.
I was trying to do this. There, I did it.
You got it. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. Thumbs up. So imagine you're on the space station. You're looking down. Somehow you're an astronaut. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Who's
you are? It? Somehow you're an astronaut.
No. God damn. Who's space station?
The Americans.
Okay, thank you.
ISS, International Space Station.
Okay, international. Yeah.
Okay, so you're at the window. You're looking at Earth. You can see, the United States. You can see Russia, and you see a missile launch from Russia to the United States, and a missile just like takes out the eastern seaboard.
Mm-hmm.
And you're on the space station with a Russian.
Ooh.
What do you do?
Well, it does depend. I know that sounds arbitrary.
You've been up there for a while, and you think he's your friend. I'll say that.
Right. If he's my friend, I probably don't kill him or anything. I mean, what is that going to solve for my thing?
Mm-hmm.
Now, there is also the point of taking into fact I can't get down right away, if at all.
There's an escape vehicle.
And
one.
Is there?
One escape vehicle.
Maybe I just take the escape vehicle and leave him.
Right away? Immediately?
No. I mean, I've been up there with him for months. He's probably my friend. I make really good friends, like pretty quickly.
You're relying on your personality.
Cool. I am, but I've been up there with this guy for months. We have inside jokes. We're pretty cool. I mean, if he speaks any language I do, whatever. And assuming he's fairly cool. I mean, he could be... Imagine if the guy who I cut off was the Russian. Then no. Like, I would hate his guts, and I don't think I would... You're trying to get me to try and kill him. That's what you're trying to do. And we're assuming, since I'm an East Coastian, that my family might be dead because of this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, I get that. I'm following. I mean, there's a small chance they're alive, but they're probably dead. Let's be serious. Zero gravity, zero crime, right? Is that what you're saying, too?
Yeah.
No way to prove who killed who, right?
That's true. It's like international waters.
International spaces. Yeah, I don't think I'd kill him. I'd probably leave him there and desert him, and he has to call his goddamn country that still has land and missiles. You know what I mean? Yeah, ride the missile down, buddy.
All right.
It all depends on the situation, because I am one to cross boundaries with men. I just want to catch you off guard. Cross boundaries with people of different, races, creeds. It's I don't know. I like to connect with people and then find out if the person's awesome or not.
Yeah.
There are still some total jackballs, but like it doesn't. I'm not much of a generalizer, so I can't assume he's like the country Russia that destroyed my family. Nice guy. He showed me a couple recipes of Russian. He let me have Russian tang. It's less sour than our tang.
It's because it has a bunch of vodka in it.
It could be. I don't know. Anyway, I would. It would probably be on a trial by trial basis, and I would literally think about killing him often. Think of doing it angrily, and maybe in a moment of grief, maybe.
Now your anger is all you, right? So you're controlling yourself. So everything is okay outside of you in your scenario. What if the U.S. launched a missile back at Russia, and then boom, his family gone?
Nah, then I'm totally square one with the guy, and I'm like, we should go to Dan's house. It's not East Coast. It's like, trust me, come with me, and then we leave, and then we do our thing. And then if we have to go on land and try and vendetta and kill people, like that's our own agenda.
So you come back to a zombie apocalypse, and you're ready to go because you got a partner.
Come on, dude. It's we're the Unpanders. We can do it.
Yeah.
It's not about you. He's not my partner. I mean, he might be. Yeah, the Unpanders +1. He's in all our episodes, and he has to sit directly next to me. Yeah, we're here from the Unpanders plus Ruski 1.
What would his weapon be? I feel like it'd be like some kind of like blunt maul or something.
I think it would be like a weird blade. Everyone has.
He just kind of
street light. That's a large implement. Yeah. Are all Russians big and strong? Yeah, they are. I think they are.
I think they are.
Astronaut Russian, he has to be.
Must be.
What I did notice on the recent podcast is people want to know more about you, Dan.
Oh, me?
Yes, they say I'm always talking. I'm very animated. I talk with my hands. There's a nationality they say for this.
Oh,
Jewish.
Interesting.
It's not true. I'm not Jewish. I talk with my hands a ton. I love pasta, linguine. I'm not Jewish. Stop in the comments. I respect my Jewish friends. I am not. Just letting everyone know. So, to learn more about you,
my heritage,
Dan, this is not a heritage-based podcast.
You got directed questions, huh?
I do. These are called the quick hits. Okay,
that's how you get to know somebody.
It is. They're nothing offensive or crazy or whatever. It's more like 3-word answers, just off the top of your head. Nothing serious. Yeah. I don't want a story for all these. Just don't pander. All right.
3 words. Let me try it.
Who's your favorite athlete? Boom. All time. Jesus,
I smoke Gandhi.
Okay, that's cool. Easy. It's the best sandwich you ever had.
Recent,
doesn't have to be
recent or in the past.
Don't give me an explicit sandwich. Just like
Nick's roast beef.
Okay, cool. I like that. That's a good answer. What's the hardest video game you ever played?
Battletoads, Double Dragon.
Interesting. Son of a bitch. Brian Garr beat it.
He never got past the ice level. I can tell you that much.
No, he beat it.
No, I don't believe it.
He recorded it and beat it. That's his claim to fame. He's a Twitter.
There's no way he had a video recorder back in 1991.
No, he beat it recently. He just played it again.
Oh, he was an adult. That's not fair.
An adult can't play.
I challenge him to another.
Right. What's your sports number?
23 or 6
for all sports. Oh,
6.
Interesting. Okay, see, these are. What's the college beer of choice from you guys? I don't know what it was.
Geneseo.
You don't know? What is it called?
Geneseo beer. Genesee beer. It's really not that great.
Genesee? Wait.
There's a river called Genesee.
Jenny Ale? Wait. Oh
was it Jenny?
That sounds...
We did call them Jennies. We had Keystone a lot too.
Weird. Okay.
That might have just been me though. Keystone. Right. I don't know if I could.
What's your social media choice addiction? What's the one you go on like pretty much 5 times a day, 50 times a day?
Reddit.
I know it, folks. I know it.
Yeah.
Favorite sex position?
Ooh, this is
I didn't say who it's with. What are you saying?
I guess if I can answer this question. Yeah. Someone might see this later.
Who cares, dude? And you might get lucky later.
Missionary. All the women do, I bet.
No one likes missionary. Not even the women.
Doggy style.
Anyway. Okay. That's fair.
You got to share yours, though, Nick.
So you only asked me for my favorite sex position, not all the other ones? You
I don't care about the other ones, man.
Or my other sandwich?
Let's get to the juicy ones.
It's doggy style. Way to go, man.
Something empowering about doggy style, and it's not...
Oh, you mean you're doing doggy style. Jeez. The worst grade A budget movie. Oh, I think that was like the worst big money Hollywood movie.
Like Transformers. That one was terrible.
Really? I didn't think it was terrible. I thought they were pretty bad, but they were fun to watch. Like I was expecting to say Waterworld or.
I actually love Waterworld.
What? Transformers, I love Waterworld. Kevin Costner 2.0.
Kevin Costner is the worst actor I've seen in a long time, but for some reason, he's like. His acting style is like just reading the script by yourself. Like he adds no tone, and it's just like if you inserted words where he would be and you just read the words. That's Kevin Costner.
Like Anchorman minus the question mark.
Yeah.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Ron Burgundy has more range than Kevin Costner. He's viewing those fictitious.
What's the best concert you've ever been to?
Dave Matthews.
When'd you go? Which one?
That one was like 2-3 years ago.
So you went out there, huh, in Texas area?
Yeah, it was cool because it's an outdoor stadium.
Yeah, I've been to some outdoor venues to see him. That's pretty badass.
It's chill.
Was Carter flying around the drums?
Oh, yeah. He's always good.
That's good. See, my thing is I hate Dave Matthews fans. I kind of hate the Dave Matthews hype, but I love seeing a good Dave Matthews Band concert, man.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? No?
There's a little bit of hype there. I was listening to him today, actually, and I was like, I think I'm becoming more and more critical now as I hear people that I used to like, bands I used to like, and I'm like, their singer really doesn't know how to sing.
But now I'm starting to feel with Creed. I'm still holding true. They're my number one band. But Scott Stapp, up the game. Yeah. In my own prison, buddy. Well, it's cold and gray, and the skin begins to fall. And I say, oh.
Oh, yes.
Wait, you know what's funny? I'll say this. I've never told anyone. Me and my dad played that CD, My Own Prison. Mm-hmm. Is that the name of the CD? Mm-hmm. And we totally both started singing in the car.
You had a moment?
Oh, yeah. It's funny because I forget where we were driving from or to college.
You're trying to drown out his voice by singing better than him.
Scott. That's rude to Scott.
Oh, sorry, Scott.
He's a friend of the podcast.
Yeah.
Mr. Stapp.
It's okay. You can prove us wrong by singing on the podcast, which should be our celebrity challenge, huh?
I have like 6 more questions.
Oh, sorry.
We want to know you, Dan.
Well, let's get to know.
Who's your ugliest friend?
Like current friend, or just like in the past?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you all mine, but you're not gonna like it.
I don't know if I'm gonna say pass.
I literally put this on so I could look at you.
That's you.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
All the fans out there. Not just kidding.
Here's a good. You're all ugly. Ugly.
Oh, no, it's Nick.
You're a piece of garbage. If you could be any animal, I know most people ask kindergartners this, but what would you be? You live their life and die their life, okay? If you say zoo elephant, you're going to die a zoo elephant, buddy, okay? You say wild elephant, someone's going to just steal you for your friggin' ivory, okay?
I think it'd be like a cat, some sort of like leopard.
Interesting. Fruit.
You got an animal? You look like you were thinking about it.
Oh, I'm a dolphin guy. I would be a dolphin. So hard. I would be a dolphin all over all my friends. I would be a dolphin all over everybody.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
People say they're intelligent, but I guess you could really find that out.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you would break the mold. Idiot dolphin.
Yeah, you moron. Like all the other dolphins are just like trying to exile you, but you're keeping pace with them somehow. He's fast, but he's dumb.
Dumb as a brick. What was your first car?
My first car?
Yeah, I was just curious.
It was a Volvo. You know.
Oh, yeah, I know.
840?
Hold on. I believe when you described your first ever car accident, you glid, which is a combination of glide and slid.
Yep.
Am I correct?
I certainly did. A nice long, 30 seconds of sliding on ice when you're like, what the? Oh, this damn car is not going to... And then you fall, boom. Like, I was literally able to say all of that before I hit the person.
Oh, jeez. This is going to hurt.
Yeah.
What do you think's going to happen? I wish this car would stop.
The craziest
I'm going to read the Gettysburg Address.
The craziest thing was that the airbag went off. even though we're only going about 20, 25 miles an hour. And when the airbag explodes, it has all this toxic gas that it uses to expand. And the airbag, instead of just being an airbag, it crumpled and then exploded in the middle. So all the toxic gas just like exploded in my face.
I served, right?
That's why I can no longer play hockey at my highest level anymore.
Not because you're 42?
Making excuses.
Would tell the podcast your real age?
Ever
42?
since that 16-year-old car accident, I've been crippled mentally.
Wow, is that how old you were?
Yeah, I think it was. It was like
crazy.
I did a lot of crazy shit with that car.
I had a 92 Firebird, in case you were wondering. It was teal. Yes, it was.
I remember that car.
Yeah.
Pretty dope.
Old Firebird.
Pretty badass.
This is a good one, and the podcast really wants to know, so I'm going to ask you and stare at you to see your answer here. Don't lie to me. Have you ever, in your entire life, given anyone, probably a girl, a sexy strip dance?
Of course. Who doesn't do that?
Come on, man.
I'm a good dancer.
If we get enough followers, you should do one for the podcast. With your clothes on. But like the dance. I want to see the moves. Were you doing this? Were you doing the shoulders
I'm
up?
much better than that. I'm much better than that.
Whoa.
You're like a banana hammock. The problem is I couldn't say it because I was visualizing myself in one.
Yeah, you were getting excited. Oh, okay. Either way.
That's a weird twitch.
Okay. Milk and then cereal or cereal and then milk?
Who adds cereal to milk? That's weird.
Okay, there are people. I really want. I was trying to find out if you were one of them. That's their cereal.
I did when I was younger. Sometimes I just skipped the milk.
Well, that's whatever. That's younger. No rules. FMK. F, marry, kill. I got 3 people for you. You ready? Which one you want to F? Which one to marry? Which one you want to kill?
Sure.
Martin Luther King, Gandhi, Nelson Mandela.
And Gandhi would be easy to marry. He'd just be, he'd just sit there. Nelson Mandela. I can't. This is.
Go ahead. I'm just
keep going.
I'm really into this. I'm into this. I don't know.
Which one? You should have made it women because now it's just awkward.
I don't care. You started. You got to finish.
Huh. I'm just going to toss a coin. There you go.
Do it right now. I want to hear you say who you want to kill.
Let's say, what was it? Martin Luther King is going to be the top of the cap. Nelson Mandela is the bottom of the cap. Oh, bottom of the cap. Nelson Mandela gets killed.
Wow.
Sorry.
He just died.
He did. Ooh, saves me. Thank you.
So you're F and MLK?
I guess I have to. If you phrase it that way, forcing me to.
Not forcing anything. No gun in his hand, folks. Letting him do his thing. 3 more here. Who's your celebrity man crush? I mean, this is in lieu of that one, but
celebrity man crush. There's so many to pick from. It's just hard to.
That was wrong. Yeah, whatever. There's so many man candies out there.
I'm gonna pass on this one. There's
you did FMK on like all the greatest heroes of civil rights in the past 50 years, but you're not
because I'm so far removed from them. They're not actual people now. I mean, they were, but now they aren't now.
Trouble here. Who's a celebrity you hate? And then I have one last question.
Ooh, celebrity I hate.
Yeah, just at random. Like, there's no reason for it. Like,
there's a reason.
That makes sense. I get it.
Like Honey Boo Boo. Even though she's too young to hate.
I don't hate her. She's too young. Right. That's not her fault. What's the worst thing a player can do to you in hockey? I'm not looking for I had 3 goals and 2 assists, and he knocked the puck out of my stick. I mean, do you like the whole guys who give you the stick under the armpit? Do you like the guys who raise the stick under your legs, give you the old cup check? Mm-hmm. Do you like the guys who board you? Ooh, or the worst, you're working the puck along the boards, and he just kind of smushes you, and he just leans on you, and you're like, you're not even going for the puck. You smell. Who you hate?
That doesn't bother me. It's I'm going to do it. Three of them, from least to most. Probably. It's too much.
I have a list.
It's the story. Stop telling the story. The slew foot really bothers me.
Slew foot is dirty. That's pretty dirty. That's a Malkin move.
Yeah, I'm gonna have one.
Everyone Pittsburgh doesn't understand hockey.
Your stories, talking, man. It's the slew foot, probably the intentional like cup slash, like hook.
Yeah.
There's the butt end really bothers me. Deliberate butt end, not like the simple butt end, like the one where they slide their hand down and give you like a good like 6 inches.
Hardly got butt ended.
Yeah,
I skirted around that neatly.
Entendre,
I heard you.
double entendre, and
Didn't notice.
the quick punch, like when you're in like a scuffle and like the ref is clearly looking, but the guy's just like,
I think the glove on the face, the glove hard on the face is worse than a punch. They hold it there real hard.
No, I'm talking about like a sneak punch. Like after everything's already done, and you're like, okay, we're splitting up now, and then he's just like, poof. It's just like, that wasn't the time, dude.
Someone who's friends with us, we'll call him Mr. Parker. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he's a hothead.
We won a playoff game against a team, and he may have scored a goal and assist. I don't know. He's one of those defensemen who just plays forward the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys, they probably bug me on my team. Anyway, my brother-in-law's one, but we love him. Just play forward, guys. Guys, play forward. Every rush, you're in on every rush. You're in on every goal. You just stay home. Play defense. Anyway, excuse me.
Yeah, that other defenseman is just standing there like, all right, I'll just sit here for the rest of the game.
I'll just chill back and cover everybody.
Yeah.
Anyway, this certain individual friend of ours was on my team, and we won a playoff game. Eliminated the other team, older gentleman, and a certain individual friend of ours said, "You like that shit, huh?" Yeah, during the handshake line, and someone actually punched him.
Nice.
And another guy saw someone, right, totally. But then someone else punched someone else, and I didn't know who punched who, so I grabbed some guy, and I'm not going to punch him. I'm just holding him, like, trying to see who's to blame, who's to whatever, and he's, like, looking too. And then someone jumps someone, and before you know it, we have a line, like, it's a brawl, but it's in the handshake line. And I was like, oh, my God. You know, two people start fighting, and I literally let go of this guy. I'm totally fine. I'm totally not going to hit anybody. And the guy trucks me. And I sprained my ass muscles. Have you ever sprained your ass?
No.
Like the whole this. It's like your
cheeks
ass
spread
to your hamstring. No,
you're talking about the gluteus.
Oh yes, the glute. Oh my God, I did not expect that. I couldn't go to work the next day. Like, oof. But I still blame that individual for talking shit in a handshake line.
Yeah, I would blame him. Did he bring beer next time? Did he make up for it?
When the hell would he ever bring beer?
He didn't give a shit.
Ass son of a... Yeah, no, he did not.
Some people.
To make up for it, he went up on the rush on offense a few times.
He tried to score himself without passing, I bet. Yeah. What a kind fellow.
What a fellow. Anyway, moving on. That's the Get to Know Dan segment.
That's
Only
nice.
once we'll do it, folks. Now we know. We know more.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Still hung up on the only answer you didn't give me was celebrity man crush. You could have said Brad Pitt. Everyone would be like, yeah, that makes sense. Tom Cruise. I don't know.
I thought about it. You have a thing about them with whoop, whoop, and
I do. Well, I do, but
well, you'll be filming it. Don't worry. End of their careers, maybe the possibility arises.
If we're going to move on to our next segment, may I actually?
Sure.
Okay. Folks at home.
I don't know where this is going.
Oh, it's fine. This is totally cool. I don't trust me at all. Trust me. Trust me, folks. At all.
That's interesting.
But moving on to
clicking going on. You pulling something out here?
pulling something out here. Okay.
Huh. Have you gotten it open yet? Is it still in the plastic wrap?
No. It's good. It's good. Trust me. It's good. Folks.
Wow. Ooh.
VR.
The doo-doo.
What
does it say doo-doo?
Well, it's the iDoo-doo.
I do.
Anyway, it's cutting edge. I'll give you a little show right here. So this bad boy.
You broke it, dude.
No, it's been broken. I'm not gonna
Is that for Destiny 2 when it comes out?
No, actually, what it's for is, oh my God, this thing's incredible. It's the FVR 003 headset. It's got built-in stretchable headphones, as you see. I've overstretched one of them, but it's no problem. It goes right back. It's compatible with all phones. Just Android phones? Just iPhones? No. All phones. I'm telling you, this is the future of gaming.
Wow.
Any phone size 4 to 6.5 inches fits in this bad boy and takes you to a world you've never been to before. Weighs 14.9 ounces. It's high-grade perforated leather. Ooh, with the deluxe nose bridge. The oversized 42mm lens. It's imported from China. I know what you're thinking. Everything from China sucks. This doesn't. It's got shocking 3D immersion experience, adjust pupil distance. Oh, you mean the IEAPD?
Wow.
I do.
Wow.
Not here to mess around. Not here to mess around, folks. It ranges from 58 millimeters to 68 millimeters. You know, you're looking at these things, you're squinting a little bit, you're like, I can't see that well. These adjust. These aren't a game. This is the next level. It's got a changing focal point that'll probably change the game. So while you're doing this, hop on the VR trip and join us at the Unpanders. It's incredible. Probably like $100, $150. I don't know if I can afford it. Guess again, folks. $12.99.
Wow.
Plus shipping.
That's an amazing deal, I must say.
It's incredible.
I don't even think raw plastic could be that cheap.
Well, the high premium leather really sets you over the edge, and I used it one time. It was
impressive.
But ultimately, VR it's for nerds. It's fucking lame. Excuse my language.
You know,
I don't like it. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's all. It's
too much work on the neck and it hurts.
It's in such an infancy stage that people try and revel over. Whoa! I'm looking to my left, and the roller coaster's it's still going, but I'm looking to the left.
This could be almost like reality. Wow.
Listen, I played some pretty cool video games in my life. That is not one of them. VR is awful. The Unpanders gives VR in general 2 thumbs down. Things could change. I'm not here to say it will never be good. I'm just saying. Right now it sucks. Step up your game.
Yeah. Did you shave a little bit? You got a little bit. You got left a little bit there.
No, wait. Last episode, I lost the whole thing.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah, you did. Did you happen to use the Bigfoot Shaves razor? Because shit. I did.
No.
You know what? I love these razors because they're so close to the skin when they shave. It's a single edge. Just one edge? Right down there. It's nice and smooth. Sometimes I have a big scraggly beard. You know, it's kind of like, it's too much on my face. And this cuts right through it. And it's really cheap. It's not bad. It's $15 on Amazon. And I bought it because it replaced one that already broke. So buy a few of them because you'll need them.
I didn't expect you to go there at the end. I like that. Yeah. It's good. You're learning. You're learning, my son. Those are our product reviews for today. Proof to everyone.
I do like that product, but it gets stuck after a while and it snaps. And it spins listlessly at the bottom as you...
You got real mad there. That was real anger.
I'm jumping my acting game. You gotta bring it. The celebrity challenge, Scott Stapp, we were calling out you to try to sing on our podcast
versus Travis Barker. But wait, he's a drummer for Blink 182.
He's still better.
Can he sing?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. Let's check it out.
Should be. Oh man.
Do you want to tell them what they're going to be singing?
Should challenge Nickelback. Him and Nickelback.
Chad Kroger?
Yeah, Chad Kroger versus Scott Stapp.
I already challenged Travis Barker. That was kind of rude. Travis was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then you were like, Chad Kroger.
The 2 of those guys versus the drummer.
You can call him Travis. He's a friend of the podcast.
Travis Barker.
Do you know he can play his drums upside down?
That, I would pay to have that experience.
That's called a concert, I believe. It's just called a concert. I think he does it in concert.
If if you had one of those balls they drive around motorcycles in, you just throw it into the crowd and drum as you spin. I hope that becomes a thing.
I talked to a friend of mine who travels the country. He doesn't really have a home. You call him homeless.
Yeah, I would say he's homeless.
Well, no, but he's very learned. He has a college degree. His parents are like fancy diplomats, and he comes from money, but he travels the world because he doesn't.
No.
Anyway, he's my drummer for my college band. We had a thing. How cool would it be if you were a traveling music group, so that a drummer, a bass player, and a guitarist were all in like the back of a pickup truck, and we're just playing with amps everywhere, but like just traveling the world, like not even stopping anywhere, just playing.
I feel like that's why they have noise ordinances.
For those people, those individuals?
I feel like that was the thing in the past, like in the 70s, and they're like, we can't have any more of these.
Them and Roman trios been waking up the neighbors. Yeah, that's a shame, though.
But that would be sweet if you just like, boom, 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 like your trailer opened up, and then it was like a stage. You had like one row of seats so they could sit down.
Yeah, that would be badass, dude. Because even if you don't like the music, you see someone playing live, it's different than listening to their CD. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Especially nowadays when everything's auto-tuned and...
Yeah. Whoa. You worried some of our sponsors will drop? Do you have auto-tune sponsors? Sure, like, huh? No. We love auto-tune. Especially Kanye. The auto-tune DJ.
Kanye.
Yeah, it's like Kanye's trying to make a name.
So his French brother.
Kanye. No,
Français.
Ooh. I never asked you that, and I was thinking myself.
Oh, really?
Favorite teacher ever. This was in the dance segment. I never wrote it down.
Brother Don.
Really?
Yeah.
I respect that.
He's the first guy who's like, you know, he like pointed me out and he's like, you're smart. You're good. I want to be your friend.
So you only like him because he
showered me with greatness?
He said, you're wonderful. And you're like, I like him. He's smart.
No, he's a good guy. He actually, I had my laptop, and this is when internet was sparse, and you didn't have any way to connect to the Wi-Fi. Because laptops didn't come with Wi-Fi back then.
Oh, of course not. They were in the chip, dude. The motherboard, right?
Yeah, you needed to slide a card in. So
yeah.
He gave me his card. He just gave it to me so I could connect it.
Your V card or his V card or what?
PMCIA. There's no V in there. In case you were checking the letters.
Not anymore.
Ooh, I think we've moved on to the word of the moment. Do you have any words?
You want to hear my word of the moment? It's a little vulgar, a little
interesting,
petty.
I'm kind of curious.
No. It's not. The word itself isn't. So I work with a guy he's like mentally the age of like 10 or so. I won't use any terms to describe him because I'm not sure any of them are legally binding, or I don't want to be rude. He's a nice guy. He just gets on my nerves, and he is not intelligent. He got in a car accident. Anyway, he calls our hand trucks hand carts.
Okay.
The word of the day is hand cart. Okay. I've called it a hand truck my whole life. We have 3 of them at work. Everyone has called them hand trucks my whole life. Uh-huh. We have called them hand trucks every day for 9 months that he's worked here. Every day. It's a hand truck. And he has these weird things where he reverts to some old-timey sayings.
Huh.
The other day he said to me, how about that Jerry Seinfeld? And I said, what? And he said, he's so funny. And I was like, yeah, but you mean in retrospect, right? Not right now. And he just laughed and walked away. And he calls hand trucks hand carts. Anyway, what bugs me beyond belief is he's always up my butt at work. And today I got back at early, 2:30 something, and he was there. Mm-hmm. And the worst thing in the world is I drive up, I pull up in front of work, done my route. I got to collect my thoughts, maybe text someone. I don't know. Check my phone. I want to see what trash I have in the vehicle from lunch and everything. I got water bottles. Maybe I'm finished. I don't know. Yeah. My paperwork. Is my money all here? And then I look in the back. I can see, do I have to bring anything in? Whatever, right?
Mm.
That's a routine.
Yeah, routine.
I want to breathe a little bit. Just drove all day. Fine. Every time, if he's at work, he comes outside, he opens my door, and says, "Ha ha ha! I see you got stuff." And I'm like, just gotta breathe. And then he'll say something like, "You gonna bring everything in?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm gonna bring it in." And I try not to look at him. And he says, "Well, you got your hand cart here." And I said, "It's a hand truck." And that was today. And I really wanted to hit him for saying hand cart. And I apologize if you say hand cart. Maybe people do. It's a hand truck.
Huh.
You know, the wheels, the handles.
Yeah,
move
so
boxes with them.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. This is something different.
I apologize.
Yeah,
That's it.
Question. So if you go to the grocery store and you have the thing you put groceries in, what's it?
Shopping cart.
Okay. People down here call it a buggy.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah. I was like, a buggy's like what the Amish people like sit in when they're like whipping their horses to go. It's like
I
that's
think there's like some kind of car that might be a buggy too, but it's not a shopping cart.
not a
folks.
shopping cart, guys. Get your
Maybe-
terms straight.
Maybe the hurricane was for a reason.
Oh,
JK,
no.
I want views. I will not pander to
You're going to
saying
be
that.
on CNN. Is that one
This young
segment?
man said, I know. I was JKing because I'm jealous of how beautiful those people are and they've come together and fixed everything. So that's why I said that. It was extreme jealousy.
You mean
Actually-
you're envious?
Yes, I am. Well played. Do you have a word of the day?
I
before-
certainly do.
Hmm?
So this was recently used on one of my food shows that I watch.
Mhm.
A guy was enjoying I think it was a bowl of pho, which is like a soup, and I think it was some sort of remote city in like Malaysia or something. And he
Huh?
called the soup tumescent. You know what tumescent means?
Beautiful beyond belief.
Yeah, but it has like
Transcendent.
it has
Is
a
it?
sexual overtone though. It's like it makes you swell because it's
Randy?
so tasty.
Randy.
Yeah,
The taste.
you get like this
Interesting.
boyish, I want to just eat this soup right now. Deliciousness. Yep. That's not tumescent though. What you're doing with your mouth. I would
Depends
say
who's watching, Dan.
untumescent.
A lot of viewers at home might think this is untumescent.
That's the word of the day.
That's not a word. Untumescent is not a word, is it?
I don't think it is. Until now.
Wait, is undelicious a word?
Can you everything?
I don't know.
You can
That's what I
unpander, certainly.
want. Folks at home. Well, interestingly enough, I have been in an abandoned building. Oh,
What?
main topic.
Skipping right
Are we
ahead.
there already? It's been an hour, and I don't like these people. Dan, I'm not a panderer. I can't stand every viewer. You could edit this out. Everyone of those lazy YouTube watching POSs that are, I was going to say PC. Is that right? Yeah, politically correct.
Yeah, okay.
I don't.
Hate
I
them.
was just thinking.
You love them. You
Kinda
love
love
attention.
I like them. I like them a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just.
So
I don't know.
you gonna slide right into urban exploring?
I think we can.
Well, it kind
I'm ready.
of cropped up because I just recently watched It. I'm gonna plug that movie as much as I can because I love it. And it lives in the sewers,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna start with a different spin on it. So what makes the sewers creepy? What makes a movie creepy?
I think what makes sewers creepy is the discarded things. Like no humans touch that stuff anymore,
Yeah,
right? Because I think dumps are actually creepy too.
yeah,
Except that more people touch stuff in dumps than sewers. Does that make sense? I don't know.
yeah. And Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows has a word for some of that stuff.
Yes, they do.
It's canopsia. It's
Yeah,
the
that's what I thought it was.
emptiness of places.
Huh.
It's like a lack of people being there, or that people have already been there and have left a little like piece of themselves. So you realize that like this is either like completely devoid of life, or life is, has its signs that it's been there. It's already passed.
Interesting that I got it right. I guess I'm smart. Whatever. Not a big deal. I don't brag.
So I guess quick hit for you. Like what symbols would be creepy in everyday life that like if you saw like you came home and you knew your home was a certain way and things are rearranged, you'd be freaked out, right? If you knew
dude, I'd be freaked out if all his toys were in the middle of the room, just in a row.
Like a
just
stack.
through the middle of the room. Oh, dude. No. Like one, like perfectly in a line.
Mm-hmm.
And in all the rooms. And I'd be like, Dom, did you do this? It's a ghost. We have to move. I'm sorry. Like, we're moving out forever. I don't know.
Exactly.
If it really happened, I'm not sure.
I guess there's a lot of things like that things you take for granted because everyone's routine is kind of the same.
Right.
That if things started changing,
I started thinking about this with what the hell was it? Just you're talking if stuff was moved, right? Stuff that you would have to move is moved.
Mm-hmm.
What if every morning you woke up, all the sinks in the house were turned in the on position and were flowing? Like that's just a weird thing.
Yeah. That's one of those things where you just like you try to blame your other, and then you're like, "This is just strange." But
creepy.
But if it would only happened once, you would blow it off, right?
What if it happens 2 days in a row, and you're both next to each other in bed, and no one else is home? Like you're like,
or like middle of the night when you know everything is locked and silent, and then you hear like a door shut or something turns on or a cabinet slams.
Well, I always allow for some noise.
Like one
That's
noise.
Why
you pass one noise. You're just like,
I'll do a door slam, a cabinet fall. Like, because you can have a bag of sugar, brown sugar sitting in there because you love brown sugar.
I keep flour on edges of tables.
It's laying in. Like 12 hours later, it falls. Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah.
All the faucets in your house, I'm talking the bathroom one downstairs, the basement, the one that holds the washing machine, like that faucet's on for some reason. Every faucet's just on. No one knows why. That's weird.
No
the hand signs.
You know what creeped me out the most? Most recently, I had my phone hooked up to a Bluetooth speaker, and I was like, most of the apps are silent. I finally hit one that had like a video of a guy talking. So I switched to that one, and like I'm about to go to sleep, and I hear a guy talking in like the room next door. I was like, and it took me a good like 30 seconds to realize it was just my phone.
That's weird. Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, I was like, why isn't he telling me?
So he it wasn't like a dude's face. It was like a video.
Yeah,
with
like it was like fading
creepy.
In. Like I couldn't see that he was talking, and I was just like,
Katie, you get it. You get it.
So what I was going for was that it's really the situation and the ambiance that really gets you when it's like a scary movie or a weird like location.
Well, I think the best description of creepy is when you juxtapose the most extremely twisted weird things with the most normal, calm, cozy things. Right?
Yeah, that's like Fallout. One of the Fallouts.
I'm going to sleep in bed, and here's a mangled body. Like, do you know what I mean? Like they don't go together. You don't put cozy with weird things. A severed hand. Right, yes, because it makes it that much more juxtaposy.
That's a classic Fallout thing where it's just like Fallout had all sort of random bunkers and stuff. So under this overpass, there was a door that led into a bathroom. It went downstairs, and you could see like the subway tiles and like the sink. You turn the corner, and then the entire bathroom is just these plungers stuck on every area of the wall. And then these pencils were stacked on top of one another. Like impossibly stacked, and you look, and just as you turn, the pencils fall down, and you're just like, oh.
I didn't get to that point in that game. That's pretty badass.
Yeah, just that someone had the time to do that, and that like the tingle on the back of your neck was the emotion they were going for. They're just going
really
hit it really hard.
Yeah,
some good stuff. I love that stuff. Gets your heart going, makes you alive.
Okay, so something that would uplift the podcast.
I guess so. It's a good story.
You want to stay in this mood? I don't care. That's creepy.
No, I love creepiness.
In Fallout 4, there's a mission where you're supposed to study the mirror lurks, the crab dudes with the hands.
Yeah.
So you go into their lair, and it's a whole city of them. and there's an extra bonus if you don't hurt one of them. So you literally are getting stabbed and attacked.
And you're running.
But you're running. Right. And just hiding, going through doors and everything. It took me like an hour to do this mission and find all these eggs and whatever and bring them back to the guy. Well, he gave me the bonus money. I didn't hurt anyone. I was totally fine. It took a long time, and it really should have took like 10 minutes. I think you know where I'm going.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't need to go back, but I took my flamethrower, and I went back, and I killed every mirror with the most gruesome weapon I could. And I enjoyed it so bad. They were clacking their claws like they were coming at me again, and this time I was like, not today, bitches! Mission over! Holding the blowtorch. I got a new weapon at the time. It was like some kind of weird blowtorch you could make. Like it was a flame sword or a flame something.
Oh, the flame sword.
It felt so good. I've never felt that good killing. And it was like they were creatures. Like they didn't have minds. And I was like, this is the best day of my life.
Their crustaceous bodies exploded in the flame and they just fell into the river.
And I was like, remember when I couldn't hurt you? Screaming. It says a lot about my mental state, but it was well worth it. Beautiful.
I love going along these journeys with you. Just replaying things.
You were down there, weren't you?
Yeah. I remember that one. It's kind of like...
Joy? Joy
oh, I definitely did. I feel elated.
Sir?
Because that's exactly what I would do. I'd say, like, not today. I'm not going to allow this game to play me. I'm playing this game.
Not today, game.
So, This Is Dan Bell. He does a sort of similar thing with urban exploring where he'll go into...
Not kill mirrors.
Not mirrors. Not even caves, even. But he'll go to, like, old factories and abandoned asylums and stuff and go around them, you know, when they're almost completely abandoned.
They are, I would assume. I mean, what's abandoned? How long is abandoned? I don't know what the rule is.
Usually you see, like, paint, like, peeling off the walls, so that's more than 10 years.
Right, that's pretty good. Right. Okay. When, interesting, I worked in a bunch of buildings that were just storage. From like 5 row homes in a row that we hollowed out. I had 3 floors each, and they were just storage. So, I want to say 40 years, 50 years. So when it came time to clear them out, we sold the buildings. We had to empty all our boxes, all our storage, all everything. The only thing that was, like, some of them didn't have running water. One of them didn't have working electric, and most of them just, the ceilings were falling down to the floor below. And you could see through floors. Like, it was always like, don't hang there too long. Just get your stuff and get out. And they were really old-timey built in a poor neighborhood, so they weren't built very well. What's crazy is, I look back, I had videos I'm going to share. I don't have many more right now. But, like, in 69, that's the address, 3rd floor, the roof had been falling for so long that there was a pile in the corner that was almost waist high, and it was just roof that had,
like insulation or something.
Just wood and whatever that just eventually kept falling. Like, there were no railings on the stairs anymore. There were bathtubs that were like 60 years old that were just empty. Like there's no running water. Right. We took them. They weighed like 300 pounds. I won't even get into that. The steps were like super steep and made of this like linoleum weird stuff that was just covered in whatever the roof was. Like, the stuff just settled over years. Fell down on itself. But it was cool because you could definitely, I won't say feel ghost energy. I think that's kind of ridiculous, but you could feel a different time.
Huh.
I don't know. Like, you could feel like the 60s almost.
Yeah, like in Anamoya.
But
yeah.
Is that a damn word that's coming up next?
Yeah, it's like a time of nostalgia that you never lived in.
Yeah, and I didn't live in the 50s, 60s, so that's interesting. I'm just nailing these obscure songs.
Oh, yeah.
An obscurely sorrowful individual. Incredible.
Fantastic.
Take it where you will. The only thing I will say is in 67 or 69, there was an old couple that used to rent there in the 60s, I think. Either 60s or 50s. But one of them had a heart attack and in their sleep. So the other one woke up, saw this, and it was before cell phones. So I don't know if they were sprinting to the payphone or whatever, or the bedroom was just on the 3rd floor, so they had to go down steps. I can't remember if he had a heart attack and she ran for help, or she had a heart attack, he ran for help. Whoever it was, the other person ran for help and fell down the steps and died.
Ooh,
And no one found it for like 2 days.
that's terrible. Man, that you could feel that though, I bet.
Yes and no. Like I pretended, I think, more so.
Did somebody tell you before you went in?
Oh yeah, back in the day, they would try and mess with you and be like, "There's ghosts in there" and all that stuff.
Did you see like fingerprints or anything? Like, there's probably a bunch of dust.
No, why would they leave the? No,
Well,
there's not fingerprints everywhere. What are you seeing? Fingerprints somewhere?
Well, if there's like the thing that Dan Bell would worry about is if we went to abandoned places that there's squatters or there's somebody that's junky that's like lit up inside. So like,
nah, because we were only one entrance, our work. So you know what I mean.
So you it was good. So you knew it was sealed off.
Right.
Yeah, the places that Dan Bell goes, sometimes like he'll be filming and like
He has to make sure he doesn't see fresh signs of removal. Because,
so like a fresh fingerprint or like
cults, crazy cults. They like to hang out there.
Mm-hmm.
Friends
shadows or people hiding behind doors or something.
Has he ever had anyone show up on his podcast or on his videos?
He like as far as scary people, no, because I guess most of the people that are doing wrong don't want to interfere with him. But he has seen them. Like there was one where there was a door that was shut and the handle of the door had fallen off, so you could see through the handle portion. And when he walks up the steps, it's dark behind the handle, and he's just taking a surveillance of the room. And as he does, like you could see the person move away, like the darkness moved away.
Like they were there checking them out, and they were like,
"Yeah."
What's crazy about those buildings or those rooms or those whatever you want to call them is there's a silence that's loud. If that makes sense too. You can hear it.
Everything is amplified because you're. I guess.
Nah, I'm talking when you stand still in those buildings. There's a almost like if you're listening to an on Pander's podcast. There's that slight buzz that we can't get rid of. It's like that.
The feeling of emptiness that's stronger than being like filled with people. Like it's louder than that.
I guess because like if you entered a room that in your house that no one's in, like a bathroom or like the bedroom you haven't been in like for 6 hours. There's no weird feeling or sound.
No quietude there, yeah.
No, because it just had noise in there 6 hours ago, whatever. Or in my case, 6 years ago. But anyway, I derailed myself.
Moment of silence when you're taking it in some sort of abandoned place.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I don't know. It's not magical, I guess,
or like a lack of energy. So there's a spin-off to that. There's, so, like, do you still have your bedroom growing up? Does that still exist? Or did your parents reappropriate it?
Yeah, but that was sold when I was 13. So, and then the bedroom I have, when I moved when I was 13, has been converted into a baby room. So, like, all the grandkids can sleep there. So it's like, it's been repurposed.
It's been voided from memory, essentially. What about places that you were, like, college? Like your first, like, dorm room or, like, your first house that you stayed in with all your buds? I mean, those don't... You don't go back to them.
An indoor room? No. You're looking for an indoor place that...
I'm just looking for a place that you had all these memories and you existed in and you had a whole bunch of joy.
Sure.
And
I'll say...
you'd leave them.
Max Meyer's Playground. I grew up at. I'll name drop. I don't live there anymore. I used to do all sorts of stuff there. Hang out, play basketball. I went to summer camp there, the pool, all that stuff. And now when I go back, it is a different place. It's just got a different feel, different energy. It's not me anymore. I'm not there anymore. It feels like I'm not a part of it. I don't know if everyone feels like that when they go back to a place. But what's the word? Everyone thinks it looks smaller than it used to.
I guess when you're little, yeah.
Right. Makes sense. I mean, physically, it would be smaller too. But also, as you grow, I guess you travel more of the world. Like this is a playground somewhere. We used to do stunts off the swing sets. Yeah, I mean, it's like you've been to more playgrounds now. You've been to dozens, hundreds, who knows.
I guess for me is that I'm always the person who's the last to leave for some reason, because I guess I take care of other people's crap. So, like, the apartment after my second year of college, it was Mitch and I, and then two other guys who they had left because they kind of sucked. And they left all their shit there. So I was cleaning up all their shit.
That's rude.
And, like, and Mitch left, and then I was cleaning up some more stuff. By the time I was done, it was just like an empty shell of what it was.
weird thing.
Yeah, it's just a strange thing to look around and say, like, this place is essentially dead to me now, and you have to let it go until next year because we stayed in that place.
The only weird thing is Seattle was actually empty. It's almost weirder when someone else is living it. Like when I was saying the playground, like
people moving in after you,
right?
And you could see those people taking over your spot,
right? And it's almost like if I go by Max Meyer's playground, I almost want to stop people and be like, "Listen, this is where I do my stunts. Yo, this is where I learned how to play chink tennis ball game. Yo, that's Foursquare. Don't be staying there." And be like, "There used to be a metal giraffe here. Okay, kids, don't be messing. That was a metal giraffe. Everybody would climb inside and all this stuff." Yeah. Did anyone else in the world have a metal giraffe as like a playground thing? It was supposed to be life size, so the giraffe's standing on all four, and you could climb into its belly, essentially.
Huh. Was it super dangerous compared to today's standards?
Yes, it was. And what's weird is its spots were all hollow, so that's how you could see through the giraffe and see whatever.
So you could fall out.
Well, no, you couldn't fall out the spots; they were too small. But the one at the bottom, like where it would have a baby almost. I don't know how people were getting into and out of the giraffe. It's the other thing is right next to the giraffe there was the I want to say there were block letters that were all connected, but they weren't really letters. They were supposed to be shapes that kids could climb on. Was written the most profanity I've ever seen in my entire life. Like kids would just draw a marker on it. I literally saw my first picture of a vagina there when I was like 4. I had no clue what was so hairy and weird. There were so many curse words. I can't even repeat them all. I almost wish I had a camera so I could look at it now because they painted over it every year, every couple of years. They've changed it. Yeah, but it would always come back. But I still remember the graffiti a little bit on that thing. I think one time, hold up, I don't know if I'm making this up. One time, I'm pretty sure there was like a pet seminar, a pet thing, and they got a peacock loose at Max Meyer's. And it got loose into the, it like hid in the grass. And there were all these people that had to come and like get it out. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone who grew up there, but that's insane. I'm just remembering this stuff now.
Yeah, well, that memory is so far ago that you probably don't know how real it is.
Oh, 100%. I have no clue. I've done a lot of damage to myself over the years, so that does not help. Interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, the Hooge, if you're listening, type in the comments anything that happened at Max Meyer's besides you calling. I think it was like, okay, so this sounds weird, but it was like mostly the white kids hung out with the white kids. I mean, we would all hang out or whatever, but like we were friends. And then there was like the Puerto Rican kids would hang out with the Puerto Rican kids, and then the black kids would hang out with the black kids, and then we would all play either basketball or tag or whatever. And I think one time Dan said to the black kids that they liked men in Speedos, and I can't remember why. And they punched him in the mouth like 5 times, everybody.
All these repressed memories are coming back.
Yeah, oh my God, it's so funny. Because he was holding the dog. Oh my God, that's so funny. He deserved it. Hey, Hooch, you deserved it. What's funny is, like, I remember racism then too, but it was different than it is now. Like, I feel like you would play basketball, and it would be like the black kids would be playing with the white kids, and we'd all play, and like, somebody switch teams up, you'd mix a few players in, whatever, and like we would all talk shit on the Puerto Rican kids or something. But then, like, I feel like if the Puerto Rican kids were all playing with us, and we were playing tag or like free manhunt or whatever, free cell or any of these games, they'd be like, they would talk crap on the black kids. And I'm 100% sure if the Puerto Ricans and the black kids were all playing, they were probably like, check out the whiteys. We can't play with them tonight. They're losers. And it's just so funny. This is a different time. Yeah. And now I live in the suburbs. It's like different. It's like, I don't see that every day, I guess.
There's a rich history right there.
It's welcome to Max Meyer's, I'm going to go back and try and play with old kids. No, parents, I'm just playing with your kids. I'm playing with your kids. Recreating some memories. We used to be 5. Why don't you guys come home with me?
Okay.
It's a joke, folks.
Joke.
No one's coming with me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So what would you do if you go... Have you gone back to those places that you've... Like, what?
So I do deliveries to Northeast Philly once a week. I'll go there and drive by, and I will go out of my way to drive by Max Myers or my old house, because you can take any route you want as long as you're getting A to B.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if you cut down this street versus go 8 blocks and cut down that street. You're still going the same place. I always drive by, but I never really get out and look. But I don't know.
It's like as I went through college and the time after, I'd always return back home, and my parents' home, they kept it for like 30 years. So my room became more and more devoid of stuff because I'd take like 1 or 2 things and move it to my new house.
And they weren't moving anything new in there.
Yeah, for a long time, it'd just get emptier and emptier until they finally like rearranged it, and then it was just like, maybe it has like something I never really wanted, and it was still in the closet, and I would just look at it and be like, this is worthless. But it became kind of weird because it's like a shell. You're aware of like all the good times you had. It's like the positive parts that you had in the past are now making the room like a negative. Like it's no longer a good place to be. It just feels so hollow, more hollow than it could be if it was just a random thing. Like a new place to you would not feel hollow like that.
Right, I understand what you're saying, but do you think the things that happen there are still happening there in a way? I mean, in the past?
I guess so. I guess people give up on things, sort of, because my parents moved like several years later, and even they didn't have any, like, they I don't know if they're pretending, but they pretend like they don't have any emotional connection to the house. Like when they sold it, they're like, yeah, we sold it, thank God, woohoo, we're done with that piece of shit. Like, but it's right. It's like
overselling it.
Yeah, I guess it's like to protect us or not protect themselves, their emotions. It just seems strange because it's like that was our family house for 30 years, and that's where everything happened. But they're left it behind. It's gone now.
You want to tell them something?
I kind of want to drive by the house and see like how the new family is using it. Like if this is like a recreation of what you were doing, like what your family did.
Right. Well,
just cyclic. It just happens over and over and over again until
it is. When everyone moves on, but here's the question: so, is there an actual scientific value attached to that house?
What do you mean scientific?
So value? Subjective. Like, there's no measurement for it, right?
Other than like the realtors, like square footage and value, like cost. Like that's the scientific version.
No. Is there any remnant of anything? Does the past leave any traces? Is there anything left behind that? Because we were just talking about like where if you're in a house where someone dies or the 1960s happened and it hasn't been touched since then, you can feel it, right? Is that fake?
You think like an essence of me is still in that house living?
I don't know. I mean, is an essence of the 1960s still in that one building that hasn't been touched since the 1960s?
I don't know. There's some strange places that Dan Bell goes to that are like old resorts.
Right. Well, do you think there's anything there, or is it bullshit?
I think there is, because
so if there is, it has to be some scientific thing. Now, what would you almost say it is? A wake from the past?
I think we're filled with the idea of what the past is. Like even like the history of like how it, like even back to the 1800s. If you saw like a piece of furniture, you would probably assume like a time frame that came from. So if you're going through like an urban exploration and it's some place that was built in like the early 1900s, you would see a piece of furniture and then it would evoke something from you to like make you think that it would put you in that setting because you knew it was from that time period.
Then that's 100% subjective, right? Is that what you're saying? So it's on the individual, not really there. Like if an animal walked into a building that's been sealed since 1960, it wouldn't feel anything because it doesn't know 1960 from its goddamn left leg. Is that what you're saying?
I think so, yeah.
So it's essentially a human thing.
I think so.
Okay.
Like you always see animals at like Chernobyl and stuff, and they don't care.
I don't know if you do. Don't I hear weird stories that there are certain creatures that don't go certain places, or is that not true?
I don't know. You think they avoid?
What about these abandoned malls and stuff? Is there like ant colonies in there, or like deer wandering in now and then, or is it too difficult to get to maybe physically? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like they have to go through a door and up an escalator, And deers hate escalators. It's proven.
I don't know, maybe like physical limits to try to get through a door. But I guess there's certain animals that are more freely entering buildings that like human, like I guess human relatable animals, like a raccoon.
Ooh, hold on. Is there a human smell left behind?
Must be.
Can we be picking up on some smells? I don't know.
The chemicals from all the stuff we make.
Yeah, I don't know. Or us. We'd be behind chemicals, right?
So, like, what animal would be the one that tries to get the farthest away?
Away? I'm not sure. Deer. I'm still going with deer.
Deer.
The one that gets the closest because it thinks there's food in there is like a raccoon or like a bear, maybe. I don't know. I could picture them going into abandoned places. I don't know. I don't know.
Something for thought.
It is. It's some thoughts, folks.
Yeah, I think we're trailing now. I think we're fading away.
Yeah, we're fading. We're gonna wrap it up. But what did I say? It's not a sandwich. You can put it in a tortilla.
Wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap, folks. So anyway, to wrap it up, you can literally scream "dickhead" across from your father. Travis Barker, you gotta beat up on some people.
Yeah.
Take your hand cart with you. And Dan still doesn't know who his celebrity man crush is, even though it's been an hour.
I feel like
Liam Hemsworth. You want to say Hemsworth? Just say it, dude. I don't care.
You're going for the muscly guys, huh?
So you're not. Hold on, that's interesting.
Huh? Yeah, that is interesting, isn't it?
So who are you thinking? Like Hugh Grant?
No, he's had issues. I don't.
So now you need a guy who doesn't have issues and he doesn't have muscles.
Yeah,
too many. Muscles.
I have standards here, Nick.
Perfect
I
man.
have standards.
Perfect man. I don't know. I apologize.
Who was
folks.
the perfect man?
Maybe you're looking at him.
I don't. I don't see anybody. Like a Chris Pratt. I'll take Chris Pratt. He'd be a cool guy to hang out with.
You couldn't remember his name 3 podcasts ago.
But it keeps coming up. Keeps coming back.
Okay.
And he's newly single.
Fair. You really got some tips on this guy. I didn't know this. Okay.
I think he would enjoy it too. The podcast.
Chris Pratt, good friend of the podcast, the Unpanders.
Yeah.
If you're wondering how to learn more about us, it's actually pretty easy. See this website here? I'm linking it.
Yeah.
Boom.
It's right there.
It's right there, folks.
Unpanders.com.
Unpanders.com. We got all the socials. You want to twit us? You want to twat us? You want to twink us? Go for it. Just do it. Unpander us. Don't even worry about it, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Patreon? We got a Patreon, right?
I certainly do.
Holy smokes.
We got everything.
I know what I'm doing with my afternoon. I'm going to the unpanders.com and I'm checking out all their stuff and I'm going to send them every dollar I have. Oh, I got lost again. That's what you guys should say.
It's been good.
It has been good. I need a smoke after that one. That was like a steamy one. I feel like we learned a lot about just you.
Me. Do you want to take the questions next time?
Do you want to give it to me?
I'll give you those questions.
You can give me some different ones. Off the cuff.
Yeah.
Don't ask me some weird ones like, have you ever had sex in a garden while a priest watched?
After the age of
I'm not going to tell you.
After the age of 20.
Oh, no. No. Folks, he's Dan.
And he's Nick.
I tried to mess you up.
We are.
Together, we are. Beyond.
Unpanders.
Umpers, folks.
Welcome.
All
Join
us.
Join up.
Welcome. Join in.
Have a good night.
We like you. We like you a lot.